Even the most talented people should devote time and effort to achieve mastery in their field. Constant self-improvement and overcoming difficulties plays a key role in the development of abilities and skills. Now, take a break from your business for a while to be inspired by professionals in their field, experienced specialists, and talented people who shall be admired and deserve respect. In order not to miss anything, be sure to watch the video to the end. Let's get started. Despite the difficulties in controlling a paraglider, this pilot not only knows how to control it, but is also capable of incredible tricks. After judo training, there is only one correct option: how to make a wish and put out the candles on the cake. He knows well that there is no need to stop at one thing and is able to combine several activities at the same time. What do you and your friends do at your leisure? For sure, you can't boast of the same success. Watching him, you realize that the trampoline is not just a toy for kids. It is not always necessary to look for land or a bridge to cross a shallow water barrier. The bravest may well try this method. The monster truck performed an unthinkable forward somersault trick. He hardly expected that the wave would be so strong. Nevertheless, he was able to shock the entire beach. By overcoming pain and working hard, you can achieve amazing results. Birthday is the holiday when you finally want to realize your dream and feel like a queen. When you get tired of driving off-road, you can stretch a little. From ancient times, man has dreamed of flying like a bird. Some athletes still manage to do it, even for a short time. Tracers are lucky. They can always and everywhere practice their favorite activity. Such an impressive performance with acrobatic elements cannot leave the audience indifferent. For them, being active outdoors does not mean the same thing as most people. Perhaps it is not necessary to perform the exercise perfectly if you perform it with style to the delight of the audience. There's nothing unusual, he just spontaneously had an idea and immediately brought it to life. Landing is the most difficult stage of any flight, and he performed it with a bang. This is the case when we can safely say that a pattern is a well thought out and prepared thing. In slow motion, you can clearly see how much each movement is actually conscious. Do you think she likes football more or does gymnastics? The instinct of self-preservation pushes him to lower his other hand, but he knows perfectly well that he is able to cope and the fear recedes. He does all this in a small room. I wonder what he's capable of in the open space. It is curious from which attempt he managed to throw the ball into the basket. Could he be so lucky to make it from the first attempt? Such an advertisement for cars will be remembered by both locals and those who see it on the screen. The daily use of the trampoline was finally useful. It's definitely not a problem for her to go down from her room to the yard and back. Having mastered the basic tricks on a skateboard, it is already very difficult to stop. How is it possible to keep the balance so cool? He visits the gym not just to keep fit, but every time he finds a way to complicate the exercise and improve himself. Preparing for various competitions and championships requires an extraordinary approach to training. The unusual workouts in the gym stopped bringing him pleasure, so he improved them. He could have played the role of one of the characters in a Hollywood blockbuster. He is definitely not afraid of heights, since he can perform such an amazing jump. Professional athletes usually perform such elements in the gym, but she managed to do it on a moving gyro board, which most likely caused a real shock among the neighbors. Who needs extra equipment when it's quite possible to use your own body to ride on the water surface? In this bowling club, he is not just a frequent visitor, but an honored guest with whom few people can compete. And we're moving on at the speed of light. All the most interesting things are still ahead. When he realized that he was already skiing confidently enough, it was time to learn new tricks. Rope skipping is not just child's play, but fascinating exercises that develop strength, endurance, and coordination. Even when the chances of success are slim, this does not mean that you need to retreat and not try to win. Good physical fitness, coordination, understanding of aerodynamic principles, and you can easily handle wingsuit control. Experienced surfers can not only catch a wave, but also confidently overcome various obstacles. Do you also wonder how long they've been practicing this trick? The trick looks even more impressive in slow motion. Therefore, I suggest you enjoy it again. The uniformity of movement of these guys has reached a whole new level. Real talent does not require any special devices to prove itself. Maybe his shoulder joints won't be happy, but it looks amazing. This guy knows more about the laws of physics than many scientists. This Swiss artist creates paintings on hillsides. By the way, all dyes are absolutely environmentally friendly and do not harm nature. Going through an obstacle course for this guy is definitely easier than changing a light bulb at home. What can you say in this case? The guy assembled a Rubik's Cube with his eyes closed in just 12 seconds. Even an ordinary carpet in the right hands can become a work of art. This guy creates a whole world out of ordinary books using just a blade. Some people's imagination has no limits. Judging by the amount of steam that comes out of the water, it becomes clear why the guy does not want to fall there. The girl's surfboard proficiency is very advanced. The accuracy and speed of this driver are incredibly impressive. From the outside, everything looks simple, but just imagine what kind of work has been done to achieve such a result. The skydiver is a real pro. Would you dare to try such a way of entertainment? When he's on roller skates, there doesn't seem to be an insurmountable path for him. It's not even his multitasking that is surprising, but the fact that he also manages to keep his balance. They not only perform flips and control the body in the air, but also interact with each other at this time. I wonder if that was the plan or an accident. Paragliding is an important stage of the flight because safety depends on it, and it also creates an impression of the pilot's skill and experience. The crossbar is a tool which the gymnast shall use to show both the most difficult flights and approaches, as well as the turning elements. In competitions, every element must be executed perfectly. Jumping and stunts on bicycles are becoming more popular because this is a way to express yourself and get a dose of adrenaline. She definitely thinks that regular trampolines are for weaklings. Whatever you do as an adult, the skills and abilities acquired in your youth remain forever. Getting into the car with it, you can easily feel like a hero of a computer game. Having mastered the basic technique of jumping on a springboard, including acceleration, separation from the surface, flying in the air, and landing, you can perform amazing tricks. It does not fit into my head how it is possible to perform acrobatic elements perfectly during a jump from a tower. Tell me honestly, did you also think that she wouldn't hit a single pin? This is an example that proves once again that it is not worth judging by the picture. Every bone and joint in this guy's body lives its own life. Most likely, this is a feature of his body. Therefore, it is better not to repeat what he does. I hope that people appreciate the work of this street artist by donating some money.
It was so cool! It's hard to comprehend how this is even possible.
Surfing doesn't stop her from enjoying freshly made ramen in any way. 12 arrows were fired from a bow in 12 seconds. Even Robin Hood himself would envy him. They definitely have this slot machine at home, or they live in this game center. Is it worth risking your life and the lives of other road users to demonstrate your talents? This video should be seen by coaches from the National Hockey League. In general, this is probably the best option for what a group of friends can do on the street in the middle of the night. In this case, not only the characteristics of the car are important, but also the driver's ability to drive it. Those who have devoted a lot of time to some kind of sport retain the skills acquired in their youth throughout their lives. Do you also think that such a descent from a height was not really difficult for him? It's hard to think of an exercise to strengthen the muscles of the upper back better than pull-ups. Even during rehearsals, it's entertaining to watch her honed movements. Numerous trainings and unconditional trust between colleagues are the keys to the success of this show. Even during the break, it becomes clear which of them is the best player. Ralph Eckert has been one of the best billiards players in Europe for many years. Everyone who is interested in this sport knows how skillfully he performs trick shots. These guys definitely deserve respect and admiration. It turns out that even on the ski slope, it is not necessary to stop to rest a little. Thanks to diligent regular training, she has gained confidence in her abilities and can now make incredible journeys. I think this guy would be a great fit for the Avengers team. His skills are definitely on par with superheroes. He could easily become Jackie Chan's stuntman. How is this even possible? Sometimes it seems that even the game does not keep up with the owner of its tablet. Has anyone noticed even a drop of spray after his jump? It would be interesting to know what these guys' training process looks like. There is no impossible mission for this pilot. If you just listen to this video without opening your eyes, you might think that the sound is reproduced by a device and not by a person. With a little talent, you can play badminton without rackets. For some, having children is an excuse not to play sports. For others, it's excellent sports equipment.
There are things that are absolutely impossible to believe, and how could this even happen?
Perfectly synchronized movement is always fascinating and impressive. Every day, he improves his results. He is distinguished from others not only by his lack of fear of falling in heights, but also by his strikingly strong arms. That is why ballerinas on stage are the embodiment of grace, dexterity, and strength at the same time. It's nice to see that there are people who not only experiment, but also worry about safety and put on a helmet. A skilled pilot can land even a plane on the roof of a pickup truck. The main thing is to maintain the necessary speed of the vehicle. To perform such spectacular ski jumps, ordinary swimming skills are not enough. Jumping from a springboard into the pool is admired for its grace and precision in performing each movement. Although it wasn't as she had planned, she was still able to do the strike. A little more practice and they'll be able to participate in competitions. Such an impressive performance with acrobatic elements cannot leave the audience indifferent. When snowboarding is not enough to feel elation, the best snowboarders find it in performing tricks. When it gets boring to practice one sport, you can complicate your task and succeed in something completely new. Performing tricks is a way to raise your skill level and get extra motivation. Even in cases where the probability of success is extremely low, this does not mean that the idea cannot be implemented. Of course, you can learn this way too, but it requires discipline and work on yourself. Apparently, he got tired of riding a bike and wanted to take a break and stretch a little. When the choice is between driving around a few kilometers and driving over a narrow bridge, he does not hesitate for a second. It has long been known that synchronous movements create an impression of harmony and coordination, which is very pleasant for the eyes of the audience. He got tired of traditional sports, so he decided to try to combine American football with basketball. Professional golf has nothing to do with chaotic movements. It is very important to develop accuracy in it. At the moment when the eyes of the audience are fixed on you, you want to demonstrate a masterclass. Fortunately, the girls coped with this task. At aviation shows, you can not just see models of new aircraft, but magnificent aerobatics and maneuvers that are demonstrated by the best pilots. Playing sports can help not only develop skills and improve the physical condition of the body, but also to find like-minded people. Such a standard approach to training is not enough for success in competitions and championships. Your own style of task execution and movements, brought to automatism, helps you work faster and more efficiently. Apparently, the usual handstand is too simple a task for her. Floor dancing is an incredibly beautiful sport, which at first glance seems easy and relaxed, but in fact, it requires the presence of extraordinary body strength. This tattoo fully characterizes its owner. This is what a perfect synchronized maneuver of 3 planes looks like from the cockpit. Some people can't handle even one yo-yo. It seems that even a third yo-yo won't be a problem for this lady. I always knew that being a ballet dancer wasn't easy, but the abilities of this couple are amazing. I'm not sure that this can be called a talent, but her tongue looks quite unusual. We strongly ask you not to repeat such actions, although it's unlikely that any of you will decide to do this trick. This guy has a lightning reaction. People love surfing for the feeling of freedom and the adrenaline rush of overcoming waves. In addition, it's a great way of relaxation and physical activity. The players of the Danish football club Aarhus respect their coach Peter Sorensen not only for his professionalism and ability to motivate and inspire, but also for his own skills and achievements as a football player. If you want to become better than others, you need to use unusual methods. Perhaps this is his motivation to reduce the preparation time for the strike. Surely you didn't expect it to do something like that. It seems that he has recharged a little and is ready to continue showing the masterclass. When repetitive actions are brought to automatism, it seems that they have moved to the level of reflexes. Professional athletes are easy to spot even under normal circumstances in everyday life. Juggling is a great way to develop hand coordination and dexterity, and it's also a great way to impress and gain attention. Looks are really deceptive. This woman knows how to surprise. This is the highest level of owning your own body. Not only motorists can drive in reverse, all he lacks is a good view. He is purposeful enough to train under any circumstances. This is the moment when you can feel like a god. When you love something and succeed in it, you know that there is no limit to your own abilities. The process of mooring a vessel is always a concern due to the risk of damage to the vessel. However, in this case, everything went smoothly and without problems. It is impossible to look at his training without admiration. It may not be safe to work like this, but it is efficient and fast. For an experienced surfer, it is not a problem to find a spare board if necessary, even while in the ocean. I am not used to seeing such a baby doing weightlifting. This guy handles a similar machine 100 times better than I do with a table knife. The art of ballet is amazing. It seems that they're floating in the air. There will be even more people who will obey the law in this city now. Athletic gymnastics, as well as artistic gymnastics, is a very beautiful sport, and such attractive athletes make it even more fascinating. Even if the machine is wrong, for some reason, I'm ready to believe that this girl is capable of delivering such a powerful blow. It is difficult for visitors to this gym to focus on their own training because watching it is very exciting. As they say, sleight of hand and no fraud. There is something about figure skating that makes the audience enthusiastically follow every movement of the athletes. Perhaps that's why ice shows are so popular. If it seems to you that you don't like to draw, maybe you just haven't found your style. He will be able to relax like that, but those who see a scooter without a driver will be very tense until they understand what the secret is. The honed movements of his hands contribute not only to the high speed of work, but also amuse his inner perfectionist. Who would have thought that a mattress could be folded so compactly? This guy knows exactly what he's doing. The limited space does not prevent him from improving his jumps in any way. Who needs a snowman when you can create something more elegant and beautiful? Cyclists know that it is necessary not only to pedal and handle the steering, but also to keep their balance perfectly. In order to control your body so well, it is important to have good physical shape, flexibility, and coordination of movements. With the help of special exercises and training, the girl achieved really high results. She impresses with its extraordinary flexibility. Every detail of clothing for Oriental dances is designed to help in revealing the overall image of the dancer. The dress always emphasizes the beauty and femininity of the dancer. Don't know what to do with your child? Here is a very practical and apparently fascinating option. Someone can become famous for their achievements, but there are always people who are in the spotlight no matter what they do. Juggling requires excellent coordination of movements, and juggling watermelons also requires physical strength. With such a serving of cocktails, there is no doubt about the taste of the drink. This puppy is still a baby, but has already begun to reveal his talents.
Have you also noticed that our time together flies at the speed of light? We can't wait to see you in our next episode. See you soon!